View of Judas. Was he a villain or a hero? Let's bring in April DeConick. She is the chair of the Religious Studies Department at Rice University and the first person to seriously challenge this interpretation of Judas. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So quickly tell us, how is it that we have not heard the Gospel of Judas? When was it discovered and translated?
Well, it was discovered and translated and publicized about 2006. But it's an actual ancient Christian gospel that we knew about from a bishop in the 2nd century. He mentions this Gospel of Judas, but we didn't have a copy until modern times.
You have done your own research and translation of the script.
That's right.
And where does your research show us, and how does it show us who Judas was?
Well, the Bishop Irenaeus, who mentioned the Gospel of Judas, told us that Judas in this text was a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we have the actual text, it calls Judas a demon. And so, really, he's not much different than the Judas we see in the New Testament.
Why do you think there's such a discrepancy
between what Irenaeus tells us and what we have today?
Yes.
I think that Irenaeus must have been mistaken, or whether intentionally or accidentally.
Now, does it shine light on why Judas would have betrayed Jesus, or does that still sort of ring true?
Judas, in this text, betrays Jesus because it's part of his fate to do so. The text very much understands this to be Judas's destiny.
Why do you think that Judas is such a fascinating feature and a character in the Bible? It's interesting to me. I've spent my time in Bible study and in Sunday school, and there's something about this imperfect human that we're drawn to. Why is that?
We are. I think it's the fact that it's a tragedy for human beings. The tragedy is fascinating for us. Here you have someone who, in Christian story, is betraying the Son of God, somebody that he was close to, a disciple of, and that is the most tragic story of all.
It almost humanizes him a bit, doesn't it?
Very much so. Very much so.
So where does the debate currently stand on this character of Judas today?
In terms of the Gospel of Judas, I think now we have established what the actual text is stating, and so we have now interpretations of Judas being made by scholars. Most of them now are understanding him in terms of being more of a ambiguous figure, having some more negative aspects. The early Christians saw him as a demon, so that's being discussed now.
Fascinating work, theology, and fascinating course of study. Thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. April DeConick,
Thank you.
Really a pleasure. Have a great weekend. Be sure to tune in and watch Finding Jesus. It airs this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here.